now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Police beefing up security around a junior cabinet minister. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis with the Bahamas Tonight Weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping the news this evening, tighter security initiatives were taken following death threats against Minister of State for National Security Keith Bell on the popular social media network Facebook. It's a situation authorities are taking extremely serious, as Omar Archer was arrested yesterday around 5:30 p.m. for allegedly placing the death threats publicly on his page. Archer is being held at the Central Detective Unit while police are conducting their investigations and could very well face charges. Speaking with ZNS News today, National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage says he is deeply concerned about the incident and will not take it lightly.
I'm concerned about anyone who threatens the life of any other citizen and does it in so openly, and it has to be taken seriously, because the times in which we live, people often give you warnings about things that they are intending to do. So to that extent, yes, I'm concerned, and Mr. Bell is concerned, and we are taking steps to ensure that his security is not compromised.
Meantime, Minister Nottage also commenting on the recent police raids in the Nassau Village and Pinewood Gardens areas, which have left some residents up in arms. He assures that police act on credible intelligence when taking action, and he agrees that police should conduct themselves with dignity and respect.
The problem that we have, though, is very often when people are complaining, the complaint is just about the mere police presence and the fact that the police are trying to do their job, as opposed to anything that is wrong. So I can't comment on the particular instance, but the same people who complain about police behavior, I find, also come to the same police when they are in difficulties. My view is that the police should respect the citizen and carry out their duties with a minimum amount of unpleasantness, but the citizens must know that it is much better if they simply cooperate with the police when they come seeking to do their job. And if they do that, I don't think they'll have a problem.
Now, the action by police in Nassau Village has left the family of 34-year-old Julian Head's collie extremely upset. In fact, they have branded the move out of order. Still emotionally concerned about that raid, the family said farewell today to the 34-year-old Nassau Village resident who was gunned down and killed in the Miller Heights area on April 17th. Police were visibly present at the funeral today to ensure law and order in respect to the family. Now, Julian's older brother, Eldrick Colley, says his family has now found peace, but is still disappointed with the action of the police.
What the police did the other day, I think it was wrong. I think it was morally wrong, because somehow you have to consider the other people's, you know, and I laid the blame, but this is not the first time they've done this. I didn't want an apology from Leon Bell. I've never asked him for an apology. I'm asking them to look at the police policy and the way they conduct themselves. Because the same people who are on the police force, not because they got police behind their name, make them great. We all come from humble beginnings. And that's all I respect, the humble beginning I come from. You know, I don't mind if you locking me up for something. I have no problem with that. If I have done something wrong, Eldrick Colley, will gladly go before the court and face whatever the court put before me. But to take away someone, right, detain someone, just because you say you want to keep the peace, is wrong.
Police searching for persons involved in another drive-by shooting. This latest incident occurring this morning in the vicinity of Faith Avenue and Carmichael Road. Initial reports are that a man was in the area around 9:45 p.m. when a Gold Honda with 3 males pulled up, opened fire, hitting him in the arm. The man was taken to hospital. His condition is not known at this time. Police investigations continue. Quite a scary moment for residents in Green Turtle Key yesterday. Those attending a festival watched in shock and amazement as a small waterspout formed into a huge tornado. Green Turtle Key Administrator Gregory Knowles confirmed to our news team that the tornado struck the eastern end of the island around 7:30 p.m. last night.
We watched it, and then as it developed and became furious, because you could have heard the fury in the tornado from the distance that we were. We directed all persons to evacuate the park and to seek shelter. Most of the people headed for the church, the Anglican church, and then afterwards we make sure that all objects like chairs, etc., we try to secure them. Where it was situated, we feared that it was going to come directly in onto the park where the festival was, but it subsided and dissipated about 3 to 5 minutes later, and we give God thanks for that. 3 houses were slightly damaged. One of those houses was owned by Mr. David Bettel, received the most damage. The entire eastern section, partly of his wooden structure, was partly torn away from the main structure. His pickup truck was also damaged due to a tree fell on it and severely damaged it. Many trees in the area were torn and ripped from the root. There was no human injury, except that the persons who were affected, they were shocked. They were all checked up by the physicians, the nurses that were on the island, and everything was found to be okay.
Coming up, we'll tell you how a local hotel property is pushing ahead with new initiatives despite the slow economy. That story and more when we return.